Hello boys and girls, welcome to my messy corner. Today I'm trying something a little bit different on the GoPro. Noticed a lot of other people got cleaner footage on their GoPros, so I'm trying a different setting today. Hopefully it works out. Could just be that they have newer GoPros. Mine's a Hero 8 black, I think. I'm not overly familiar with what all of that stuff is. So, what I got in front of me is my 462 wrap. This one came from the factory as is. I ordered it this way. I like the wrap handles. For me, they work out better, and I don't have to get real close on my cuts. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to put the West Coast dogs on and also swap out the filter. Today's Monday, the 15th. I go for my surgery tomorrow, so I'm going to be down for a while. Tomorrow being the 16th. So I got a little bit of time to shoot some footage for you guys on different things. I don't think you guys have ever seen my 462 short of the video where I installed the bark box. I really don't run it much. Generally speaking, most of the stuff I do, cutting firewood and whatnot, I can get done with my top handle saws or my 290. The 290 is getting replaced by the 400. Not that I'm hawking stuff on here, but if anybody's interested in a nice 290, well maintained, I got one available. Alright, I need some small tools. I'll be right back because I didn't bring tools. I was hoping to reuse that, but I'll just have to put the new one on that I got with the dog kit. Fortunately, this stuff being captured just happens to make this process a little bit quicker. Apparently there's a bushing here that if I don't need it, I can throw it in the trash, according to Stihl's instructions. And the bushing supposedly goes in the lower hole. Which does not fit on here. So we'll stick that guy in there. And now I need a wrench. Alright, if any of you guys like these little ratchets, I don't know that there's any particular name for them. They're just called service wrenches. I got a whole set of these from Craftsman years ago when I was doing HVAC. But they are very handy for working in tight spaces. I've put a few of these on before, and the one bit I've always struggled with is this little clip right here. If somebody has some idea, some better way of how to get this bad boy on there, I am all ears. I hate these things. I've got other tools, but I've never found a good way of getting them on there. Short of grabbing something else and just shoving real hard. Alright, I think that'll work. Whew. Sorry guys, I'm sweating like a pig. Alright, don't need that. So that piece I was talking about, see if you guys can see it. This little guy right here. That supposedly, according to the instructions, fits in that lower hole, and if you don't need it, toss it. I don't need it, but I'm still not going to toss it because you just never know. I've seen a lot of guys with these new 462s and 500s. I think they make them for the 500. Running the West Coast Saws billet aluminum cover. Haven't really looked into those a whole lot. If they're anything other than bling, somebody let me know. But that's all I've really gotten out of it. It's just that it's fancy. And there's nothing wrong with fancy. Alright. Here. Time to get a little Loctite. I don't know about you guys, but I Loctite everything. Especially on a saw. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that doesn't need it. But given that there's a lot of small hardware and these things do vibrate, I'm not a fan of things coming apart on me. Alright. So I did get a hardware kit for this. Don't know if the screws are any longer, but the screws that came on it are just long enough. is done. Alright, the other thing we're doing today, I don't know why I brought that up, is I've also got their filter. How to install. Remove factory air cover. Screwdriver. Alright, that's easy enough. Remove factory air cleaner. Remove the two nuts on the back of the baffle. Remove the baffle, leaving the circular flange on the back of the carburetor. All the way down in there. Alright. Time to go get some more parts. Tools. Alright, back with some tools. I'm assuming this is going to be an 8mm because that's kind of Stihl's thing. They like using the same size hardware all the time. Hopefully this fits in there. It does. Assuming it was just to remove that piece. Remove the baffle, leaving the circular flange on the back of the carburetor. That looks like a circular flange to me. Reinstall the two nuts holding the flange. Carefully. This is an M-tronic. You can see this carburetor wiggles around a lot while you're doing this, so doesn't say how tight to make it, but there it is. Apply foam filter oil to filter before installing. We recommend Unifilter or Bel Ray foam filter oil. Do not use spray oils as it won't penetrate. Squeeze out excess oil and install filter onto the flange using the hose clamp on the filter. So you can see this thing is fairly shallow. And there's your hose clamp. So the reason why I'm doing this right now is I've also got the same kit for a 400. I'm going to reuse this to put these other parts back into. Because you can always put factory stuff back on. in a pinch. Put that over there. Now the 400 is a little bit different because it's got two small plugs in it, and I'll go over that in the video for doing the 400. But because we're oiling, I'm going to go ahead and oil this at the same time. Interesting. Alright, you can see two different sizes, so it's hard to get the two confused. Time to put on some gloves. Alright, foam oil. Gonna try and do this quickly because this battery is dying fast. Directions. Pour uniform oil into a clean container, saturate the foam completely, squeeze out all excess oil, reinstall. Be sure that the filter is clean and dry before oiling to prevent thinning of the oil. And it was precisely this point when I figured out that my camera shut off because it overheated. Hopefully that recorded. Hopefully it's saved. But for some reason my camera shut off and it is very hot right now. So we'll see here in a little bit. Quick recap, if you guys missed it, I got the 462 and the 400 oiled. So I'm gonna wipe this down a little bit because I don't really want oil being all up on the inside. Alright. Install onto flange. And then clamp it down. Where am I going? I have tools right there. Alright, I'm not modifying the airbox at all. Airbox cover, whatever you want to call it. So the back of this filter is actually going to be pressed up against there. I believe it's Chainsaw Tomfoolery. I'm sorry if I get your name wrong. He, I believe, did a video where he modified the back and put, I think it's called gecko skin on his. Might talk to him about that on his, see how he likes it. I believe he's making good power with his. On there. There we go. That's one. That's two. That's three. All right. So I'm going to shut this off right here and put the bar on, and we'll re-adjourn outside. And I'll just use my cell phone.